Welcome back to New Rockstars. We have fun here. We like to laugh. We create a safe environment. Thor 4 is confirmed to cast another Marvel hero. This time Chris Pratt, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, what was Burt Macklin, FBI, of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Come and Get Your Love in Love and Thunder. Are the two idiots who are responsible for letting Thanos snap in Infinity War finally going to apologize to us? I mean, at least that's how my fan fiction has gone. I am Tommy Bechtold, and this is Rogue Theory, the show that brings you the nerdy hot takes on the topics we can't stop talking about. Eric Voss is dead. No, I'm just kidding. He's off today, so chaos will reign, down is up, right is wrong, and fun will be had by all. With me to go rogue today is writer and comedian Jessica Clemons. Hello, Jessica.
Oh, hello, Tommy. Not Eric Voss, who's not dead. He's just off.
He's very much alive, everyone, but to me he's dead, and he knows why. Also joining us today is Twitch partner, host, and musician Angelica Trae. Hello, Angelica. How are you?
Hi, good to be back. I'm excited to talk some nerdy stuff.
Yes, yes, and for the first time ever, we are so happy to welcome to the show host and producer at Kind of Funny Vids, Blessing Adeoye. Hello, Blessing. How are ya?
Yo, what's up? None of you guys are Eric Voss, but I love you all the same.
That's true. Listen, at the core of this, there's one fundamental problem with this episode, and that's that none of us are Eric Voss. So, at the end of the episode, we'll all do our best Eric Voss impressions just to get everyone rolling. Mine's going to sound like this. Because that's what it sounds
Eric, is that you?
That's Eric. That's
Whoa.
I just felt like he was here for a second.
Yeah, his spirit is with us, and it will be with us for the rest of our lives, because that's what happens when a person passes on to you emotionally, and which is what has happened. He is very physically alive, but of course, as I've said before, very much dead to me. Anyway, The Hollywood Reporter confirmed this week that Chris Pratt is going to be in the upcoming fourth Thor movie. Fourth Thor movie. Say that 3 times fast, guys. Fourth Thor movie.
Fourth Thor.
Fourth Thor movie.
Fourth Thor movie. It's like
Thor.
one word, but it's 2 words.
I want to have a Thor G with the Hemsworth brothers. All right, let's go. Love.
Don't we
Thor,
all?
Love and Thunder. This makes some sense, as the last time we saw both Thor and Pratt's Peter Quill characters, they were flying off in the Bechtold with the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So they were all together hanging out. We're assuming Peter Quill is going to be a significant part in this movie's plot and not just a cameo. Although Chris Pratt's probably available on Cameo for like $400. He'll break up with your boyfriend for you. We also know that Natalie Portman's Jane Foster will be returning, and that Christian Bale will yell at a sound man on this set because he has been cast in a yet unnamed role. So, gang, friends, posse, crew, pitch me on how Peter Quill will cross over into the Thor 4 plot and how this might set up Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Jessica, we'll start with you.
So, Thor 4, which we're all very excited for, we're all very stoked for. We know Chris Pratt's coming in. I think he's coming in as Asgardian of the Galaxies. I think we're going to still get that mesh between the two. I think we're going to still get that Captain Co rivalry that we had before that we think is very funny and all those bits. And this time, they're going on bigger cases. They're going on bigger jumps. They're going on bigger missions. And one of those missions is to get the Necro Sword.
Ooh.
So I think they're going on their trial. They're going through space to go get the Necro Sword, which is actually a trap. While they're going to get the Necro Sword, they're going to fall into a trap by Gorr the Butcher. So, and that is going to be played by Christian Bale. I know that everyone online is kind of talking about this too, and I agree with every single voice online that thinks it's going to be Gorr the Butcher. Because that would be so sick to make, especially while we're getting like Black Adam on the other side. I think these are two villains that are justifiably villains that are like kind of like Killmonger, where it's like it's justified slightly. I get where they're coming from.
Yes.
So I really want to see him come in, and I think that's what Christian Bale's playing. And when he's incapacitated, Thor, that's when they're gonna be like, oh, who can we get to get on board with this? And that's when we're going to get Jane Foster as Mighty Thor. And I think, yes, and I think that Quill's going to be very attached to Jane Foster because this is going to be Jane Foster that's also dying of cancer and simultaneously turning into Mighty Thor. I think that's the kind of connection that Quill's going to have that's going to feel that, like, bond that he had with his mother that's not there because she also died of cancer. She also died of cancer. So I think that's how we're going to get Jane Foster coming in here. We're not getting rid of Thor completely. I think we're just going to get Jane Foster appearing to help the Guardians to actually come and like destroy Christian Bale's Gorr And that's how we're gonna get Christian Pratt. That's how we're gonna get Christian Pratt.
No, the way we're gonna get Christian Pratt is to read my erotic fan fiction because he is a
call Christian. Wait, you have to give me credit. I don't no. I want a credit on that.
This will be like
edited by Jessica
This is like
Clemons.
the Batman Bill Finger Bob Kane thing where we'll credit you later in life. We'll give you
okay, perfect.
We'll regularly
That's
put
fine.
you in after I make all of my millions off of Christian Pratt.
God
I love
damn
it.
it.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I could absolutely see that being the way that they bring them in. I like that the thematic, the desire for Chris Pratt's character Peter Quill to maybe possibly try and save Jane Foster because he couldn't save his mother. I'm leaping to all sorts of conclusions here, but I'm going to award you for this not one child, not two child.
Oh my god!
And, as it was my birthday, all I got from my family were Baby
my God.
Yoda. So I'm giving
Oh my
you
gosh.
3
Triplets.
Baby Yodas.
If that wasn't your birthday gift, I'd be like, can you please bring me one?
You know
Just
what?
one.
I don't know that I can take care of all of them. I think I fed one of them after midnight, and they just keep multiplying.
Oh my god, you should have never taken care. It should be me. I should be their mom.
They
Oh
eat
my
everything,
God.
so I understand how that goes.
That's true. They love eggs and whole frogs. All right, Angelica, what do you got for us?
Okay, so I like the gore edition, so I'm gonna see if maybe I can tie that into mine, but I'm thinking instead of Peter Quill coming in as a savior, maybe he's gonna be adding some trouble instead.
Ooh, I like
so
that.
Peter Quill gets kidnapped because he gets in some heavy gambling debt.
Ah.
And to get out of it, he gives up Thor, thinking that the God of Thunder is going to be able to just beat down all of these enemies. But little does Quill know that it's actually Gorr, the enemy, and Gorr takes down Asgardians. So he's essentially causing Thor's doom or just leading him into maybe some ass-kicking of epic proportions. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, so he's he's causing the trouble here.
Ah, I like
True
that.
space cowboy style.
I love the return to Guardians 1 when they were like all scumbags with hearts of gold is like what it like they all started off bad. I think sometimes the problem with superhero movies in my opinion is that once you get to the third or fourth movie, all of the original character traits of the characters have been washed away and they're just these like do-gooding gods who like are like just here to save people and do acts of good, and we forget what made them so relatable in the first place, which for me is
roots.
yeah, and for me as a person who's lost tons of money gambling on sports, I could really relate to that. So yes, let's just see. I'm gonna say not one, not two, but again, also 3 Baby Yodas for you as well. Look at that, the triplets. There they are.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
start crying.
I love them.
Cute.
Guys,
I can't contain
That needs to be
myself.
Mandalorian season 3. They just keep adding in Baby Yodas.
just more. Just
Yeah, I
I
put them
can't.
all in
I want-
the snow so they walk in the snow.
Yeah.
I want Mando
can't.
and just an army of Baby Yodas at one point.
I cry every time I see him on screen.
It's too much. I gotta
The
say, it's
newest episode with the frog man, I cried at that too. I think I just need a frog baby.
I think we could just get you a small aquarium and like a frog, and you know, I think we can find
accurate.
some real happiness here for
just
you.
cry staring at my fingers on the glass all the time, just crying at it.
He's so cute,
I
though.
love it. All right,
Birthday
Blessing,
gifts.
you're up. Your first
me?
rogue theory. Let's go.
Oh God! All right. So one of the things that I really like about the MCU is how they take characters and interpret them in their own way. And so like I really like Thanos because as far as I understood Thanos, because I'm not like the biggest comic book person, you know, when it comes to knowing all the different lore and all the different issues. But I do love watching movies and I do love getting the interpretation of the MCU. And going into Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, I was of the understanding that Thanos was this guy who would come through, conqueror of worlds, just wanted to wreak havoc, bring death across the land. And the way that Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame interpreted Thanos was as this dude who has this like honest like personal mission of wanting to bring good to the world by killing everybody. And like I think that's a cool thing. I think that's a cool idea to take the central idea of Thanos and then twist that and turn that into something that fits in what the MCU has established as its own universe. And so I like what you guys are saying about Gorr. I think we do the same thing. I went and did a little bit of research about Gorr for this specific video because I was like, I wonder, Gorr's probably going to come up, right? And the way that Gorr is described, right, I'm looking at specifically at the Marvel fandom website. They talk about how Gorr the Godbutcher was born on a planet with no name. Almost every day he was on the brink of starvation. His family died. He suffered a whole bunch, and that's why he hates the gods, because he was like, there's no way gods exist. And then he discovered the gods exist, and he's like, I'm gonna go after the gods because screw them gods, I don't like those guys. And so I think we take that idea and we twist it in the MCU way, where now we look at Chris Pratt, we look at Thor. What do those two have in common? Or Peter Quill, not Chris Pratt. What do Peter Quill and Thor have in common? They're both gods.
I was going to say they're both
yes.
dummies.
I mean, that too. And it might be both their fault that Thanos won in Infinity War. But when it comes down to it, as it relates to Gorr, they're both gods. And so the way I see it, right, is somehow the events of Endgame messed up Gorr's life real bad, right? Like maybe he gets snapped away and then gets snapped back, and all of a sudden, like, his family's gone, and he realized that his family died in the 5 years or something along the lines of that happened. He realized he couldn't protect them, and he like makes a vow where he's like, all right, like any god or god adjacent being must be stopped. I can't allow this to happen again because it's your guys' fault that my family is gone, and I have to put a stop to this. And so Gorr goes after Thor and goes after I keep wanting to call him Chris Pratt, goes after Peter Quill, basically in his mission to kill all gods, and that's how we loop in Jane. Jane isn't a god, and I don't know how we get from point A to point B, but somehow Thor and I'm just going to say Chris Pratt from now on.
That's
Thor
fine.
and Chris Pratt enlist in the help of Jane in order to stop Gorr, and I don't know if it's Thor gives Jane a specific weapon or if Thor transfers his own power to Jane, but Jane comes in, Jane becomes Lady Thor, and that's how things get solved.
I love it. I was all set to give you 3 Baby Yodas of your own for your theory, which was wonderful. Great theory. But then you committed a fatal sin. You admitted that you're not the most knowledgeable person about comic books. And as we all know on New Rockstars, based on both our shows and the comment section, belligerent insistence that you're a genius is what gets you success on this channel, okay?
Dang.
You cannot admit failure. You cannot admit weakness. But then you did something that was near and dear to my heart that earned you back the 3 Baby Yodas, and that is you just called Peter Quill by Chris Pratt's name, which is what I do every time and what they say in the comments. I don't say the right names. I say the names that are around in the universe of the character. So for that, Blessing, for being so wonderful in your first Rogue Theory, I award you this roller coaster ride of 3 Baby Yodas.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Right, of 3 Baby Yodas.
I love the 3 Baby Yodas so much.
I'm
Well,
going
guys,
to ball.
As you know, I'm very stingy with the Rogies or Yodas, and so the fact that you all got 3 is a good sign of things to come for later on in this episode. We're going to dig into the mystery behind the major Star Wars character about to show up in The Mandalorian. But first, quick word from our friends and my personal saviors at Manscaped. Winter is coming was both a catchphrase for Game of Thrones and is technically a fact now in November. And for anyone named Winter, a sign of good things to come. Just because many of us are bundling up and peering longingly out our windows like Jon Snow standing at north of the wall, doesn't mean we need to completely abandon our grooming routines. It's important to keep a nice trim chest area for the fires. You don't want the embers to catch your manly chest hairs and burn your chest up. You want to keep it waxed like me, just smooth like a bowling floor. And Manscaped's new Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer is waterproof with advanced skin-safe technology to reduce nicks and cuts, and even has a light to help you out when you're doing some work where the sun don't shine. And by God, if I haven't been waiting for a light to shine down there. The Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer can help you whack those nasty weeds in your delicate holes. I can't make this up. It has proprietary skin-safe technology, as I said, to help prevent nicks and snags. The North remembers to always keep yourself trimmed up. Okay, so let's just say you said, I can't afford a Manscaped in this economy. Well, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Rogue Theory at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code Rogue Theory. Be sure to join the Manscaped movement. These products are no joke. Oh, Zach, off-screen producer Zach wrote that, and he almost got me to laugh out loud, almost got me to LOL, but instead I'm just gonna think about my Manscaper, which is no joke to me. It's no joke to me. And also, we want to give a quick shout out to the new Rockstars merch store. This store has it all. NewRockstarsMerch.com. So many great items. Hats, shirts, hoodies, masks, ball gags. Kidding about one of those. Guess which one? I'm going to get a Hi, I'm Eric Voss shirt because I want to remember my friend who is, as I said, very much alive, but dead to me emotionally. Our custom Mandalorian This Is The Way shirt is selling like hotcakes, so grab one of those before they're gone, but don't try and get it in red as I did because it's sold out in red. You can only get it in black. The site is NewRockstarsMerch.com. That's NewRockstarsMerch.com to get all your shirts and hats. Anyway, quick shout out to our patron and fellow Detroit Tigers fan, Pharaoh Jeff. Yes, Jeff, look at this. Get a tattoo on your arm like me when you're 18 and you can be a fan of the team forever, whether they're good or bad. Pharaoh Jeff won this week's Discord Rogue Theory contest on our Patreon-only Discord server. Their pitch for the Thor 4 plot featured a depowered Thor teaming up with Star-Lord and Mighty Thor Jane. Great stuff to play along in future Rogue Theories. Become a patron by going to patreon.com/newrockstars and be like Pharaoh Jeff and I and participate in the football picks pool. Pharaoh Jeff and I have been competing for 3 weeks now, and it's getting intense in there. And just because he's a Tigers fan doesn't mean he's not my mortal enemy on Sundays. Anyway, topic 2. In the most recent episode of The Mandalorian, our main character, Din Djarin, met fellow Mandalorian Bo-Katan, who sent our dude and Baby Yoda off. Sent our dude and Baby Yoda off to look for a Jedi, Ahsoka Tano, on the planet Corvus. And as I said, Corvus is where the party is at. You have to watch all of the shows that I do on this channel to get that. What has Ahsoka been up to? And what is she going to think of Mando and Baby Yoda? Blessing, we'll start with you first this time.
Ahsoka has set up a Jedi training sanctuary in Corvus. That's right. We're going the Last Jedi route. And so just like Luke's soon will, her Jedi training facility has failed. A Jedi turned bad, burnt the place down, burnt it to a crisp. She's like Luke now. She's bitter. She's wishing the Jedi would just die off. And when Mando, I just call him Mando. When Mando and Baby Yoda get there, she's like, hey, we should probably kill this thing because we shouldn't be having this thing out here with all these powers, able to cause destruction, able to cause chaos, etc., etc. She proposes killing the child, but before she or it can do any harm, I guess, she warms up to Baby Yoda after they have like this forced connection, right? Somehow she reads Baby Yoda's past, learns about how Baby Yoda narrowly escaped Order 66. She learns about how Baby Yoda may or may not have gone face to face with Vader and barely escaped that. And through that, she warms up to Baby Yoda, and through that they basically like start this bond, and she finds new meaning into partnering with Baby Yoda and leading Baby Yoda forward. I
like that. A redemption of sorts, and maybe a little more satisfying than Luke's redemption. But it is interesting, like it does make sense because these Jedis we're made to believe in the original trilogy the Jedi are like this incredible, amazing thing, and then everything that has come out since paints them as like kind of petty, jaded, angry people. So I wonder if this is a chance to then swing it back to a Jedi being a force of, I mean, they're always forces of good, but maybe more of a back on a positive swing for the Jedi. I am going to award you not one cartwheeling Baby Yoda for this one.
Whoa, cartwheels.
Not two cartwheeling Baby Yodas.
Oh my God.
I'm going to give you 3 cartwheeling Baby Yodas for this. Look at this.
Oh my God.
This one's really showing off for you. Oh, he's going backwards. Wow.
How many cartwheeling Baby Yodas does it take to defeat Vader?
Well, that's a great question. I think we'll let Angelica answer that. Angelica, you're next.
At least 8.
At least 8. That's true.
Okay, so I'm thinking... All right, so Ahsoka is on Corvus, and Corvus has Caladan. Just tying it to my Dune references, because I love Dune, and there's a lot of ties here with it. But Caladan is another Dune reference to Caladan, the home planet of House Atreides. And with Tatooine essentially being the Star Wars version of Arrakis, this could possibly foretell Ahsoka, traveling from Caladan to Tatooine, maybe to visit Obi-Wan's place, maybe for her old saber or something. And boom, that's when Tusken Boba Fett attacks. And I'm thinking this will tie into foiling a plot to harvest Baby Yoda's blood for cloning or something. It's gonna get real epic though.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it very much, yes. Anytime we can get Boba Fett back in action, anytime we can compare Dune to Star Wars and just make my brain fold in on itself, trying to remember all of the details of all of those things, I'm in. Space! I'm going to give you not one moonwalking Baby Yoda, not two moonwalking Baby Yodas, but 3 moonwalking Baby Yodas.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. And they're good dancers.
And they're all showing off for you this time.
Ooh. Oh, snap.
I'm a grown man who plays with dolls. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man that plays with dolls.
Okay, Jessica. Let's go. You're up.
So let's think about it. Let's take a seat down. I like how I start every session like your aunt. So if I was her, if I was Ahsoka Tano, what would I be doing? What would I do? And I'm really thinking about this realistically and as herself. She's been going through everything her entire life, and now that she got away and she's just dealing with her now today, herself as an adult woman, she's probably within hiding. She's probably not trying to be caught. She's kind of laying low, but she still is there for justice because that's what she stands for. So I feel like they're going to find her, right? And they're going to find her in this kind of town where she, not like the first episode, but kind of like the first episode where Timothy Oliphant's the sheriff.
Yes.
She's not the sheriff. She's laying low. People are like, this girl's weird, but they don't know that she's actually been defending them for any kind of crime that's been happening. And she's also trying to hide from the people trying to start the Empire back up. So
okay.
I think when she does see Mando, and Mando's like, yo, she's like, oh, hell no. And they start fighting. She's like, oh, nah. And she takes off her cloak, and you see that it's Rosario Dawson. And she starts fighting, and they're fighting and fighting. And then when she kicks over the little hover ball thing that Baby Yoda's in, and he comes falling out, and then that's when she sees him, and she's like, boom, everything comes back to her. She knows everything. She already had this history in her mind. It's nothing new. It's more so that she's just like, I remember this. I remember this baby.
Yes.
I know this type of creature.
Yes.
I even know its name. And she does have all the information he needs. And now she's like, I have to help you. We got to go through this together. And every storyline has to go in Star Wars, she's going to die at the end. And she's going to die fighting, 50 Cent. Die trying. Die trying.
Get rich or die trying.
Get rich or die fighting.
Die fighting.
Get rich or die fighting.
50 Cent. Oh.
Whoa.
Hey.
See, Tommy, we need to make a contract because you are jumping off of my ideas.
That one was fully yours.
Money.
That was your
idea.
idea.
I want money.
Jessica, you can have all of my net worth. I hope you take change. You can have it all.
Okay,
all for
that's
you.
fine with me.
All right.
But I do think she's gonna be dragged out of this deep retirement to fight back. And I think that's just how it. Realistically, it's she's tired as hell. She's been fighting her entire life, and now she's like, it ends today, and that's how she's just gonna die at the end of the series. But
Yeah.
Maybe she won't. Maybe she won't.
A last stand, a noble sacrifice. This is these are things familiar with the Jedi. We're writing partners now, so I don't feel comfortable playing favorites with you. So I'm just going to give you 3 somersaulting Baby Yodas. Look at them.
It's like they're doing the cartwheels.
But they're forward. They're forward. Okay. See, the cartwheels were like this. These ones go like this.
That is different. That is different.
Still an adult, still playing with the dolls, and I'll even
bring it up.
I'll even give you one sound effect. I gotta turn them on. Hang on.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Come on. We get you. Oh, we cast a spell on you.
Did its eyes close?
Oh, yeah.
It moves so realistic.
I don't know if I need
that
that doll or if I just need a baby.
That
Guys,
is on par. That is
be-
on par with the practical effects of the original trilogy.
I'll be honest with you. That's just a plastic doll. I wished him to life like that, okay? It's not supposed to do that. That's just I wished really hard, and I woke up, and he started doing that.
Man.
All right, guys. So, shockingly, as is the case when I host, everyone's tied with Rogues at 6, which means the Rogue question is going to decide our winner for today, and it's a banger. This week is the 30th anniversary of the release of the original Home Alone. The Macaulay Culkin movie that inspired millions of children to booby-trap their homes and slap their dads in the face with paint cans, which I think they discovered physically would have killed whoever that happened to by decapitation. A reboot is reportedly in the works for this movie. Pitch me on an updated 2020 home booby trap for the Home Alone reboot.
All I can think of is the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard.
Yes,
but they can use a soundboard to the intruders and basically trick them into thinking that they're sneaking into like a celebrity house or Arnold Schwarzenegger's house. Yeah, and then
I like that.
Yeah, and then maybe like I don't know. Maybe they'll want to steal stuff more though. I don't know if this is working in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they'd be more excited and more likely to intrude.
That's a good point, but it does feel like there'll have to be some element of like a tablet that can produce like video or audio effects.
Yeah, I think I think a terrible but a good way to scare them away is they leave the door open. You know, leave the door open, the old swinging open door trick, right? They're already like, this is weird. They come in, everything's pitch black. They flip on that light. And you have fake blood everywhere. It looks like a crime scene. And then you lay there like a murdered victim. Enough where they're like, I don't want any part of this anymore. This is a house I don't want to rob because now it looks like I am invested in a crime scene. And they'll just leave. I feel like if I was here to burglarize someone's house and they were dead on the floor, I'd be like, not this house.
That'd be a deal breaker for you.
Not this house. Absolutely. Okay. The stuff would be haunted. I'm not trying to deal with it.
Good to know. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I
guess for me, I feel like this is close to the soundboard AR idea, but what's more 2020 than video walls? What if you deck out your whole house with a video wall set up where every wall is a video wall, and you basically replicate the idea of like a hall of mirrors where the robbers walk in and they're like, whoa, like what direction is the right direction? You do that with video walls, and you have everything like you have basically replicating hallways. You have like rooms folding into themselves, and you basically confuse the hell out of them. You know, have them walk in there and be like, where am I?
Well, that does seem very 2020 to make the trap kind of be like inside your own head, like what you're looking out at and what you're seeing is real. Unfortunately, the actual
Mysterio.
Right, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, the correct answer is you lure them into the basement where you have your cousin who does CrossFit and just turned vegan and then he tortures them by talking about it for 2 hours. And then
is this you, Tommy? Are you the cousin?
Do I look like I do CrossFit or am a vegan?
Yes.
Well, that's because I do, and I'd love for all of you to try it. We start off with some basic plyometric exercises. It's all body weight stuff, guys. You don't even need to own gym equipment. It's pretty simple.
Turn
and
off
by the way,
camera.
if you're eating clean, your body should be ready to go anyway, like an engine. Think of your body as a car. Just kidding. Of course, I have to say I liked all of them, but in the end, A Prison of Your Own Mind is, to me, the ultimate 2020 booby trap. So, Blessing, in your debut episode of Rogue Theory, we're going to give you the win today. Now, was it explained to you that with the win, you get to have a wish granted? Did you get that part down?
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, man, this is all I've always wanted a wish granted.
You basically have 30 seconds to get us to do or say, or you can say whatever you want. The next 30 seconds is yours to do what you like with it.
All right. Well, if you want to keep up with me and the work I do, I'm on Twitter at Blessing Jr. That is at Blessing Jr. I'm a part of youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Over there, we do video games content, video games coverage. And so I host a few days on Kind of Funny Games Daily where we talk about video game news. I host on PS Love You XOXO, where we talk about PlayStation. I appear on Kind of Funny Gamescast, where we talk about the topical game stuff and so much more. So head over to kindoffunny.com or kindoffunny.com or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Aside from that, I just want to give a general PSA of, hey, like, take care of yourself, be good to each other. You know, it might be a rough year for us all, but that doesn't mean that we can't put in an effort to be good to each other and be positive and try and show love, even though sometimes it's difficult. And so take care of yourself, wear a mask if you go outside, if you go to places, and be mindful of others and be good.
Oh, that was the nicest use of that space we've ever had.
I've
Because
never done
usually
something that
it's
nice.
the diabolical Eric Voss filling that space with his rancid voice and terrible, disgusting face. Again, he's very much alive, but to me, remains dead in person. He will never be alive to me again. He's wronged me in ways I cannot describe. That's it for this episode of Rogue Theory. Thanks to our guests. They were all amazing. Follow them at their handles that are being displayed below right now. Don't forget to subscribe to Rogue Theory podcast feed. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel for this and other shows. Follow us on Twitter at New Rockstars. Follow me at Tommy Bechtold. And follow Eric Voss to freedom. Just kidding, Eric. I love you. This has all been a joke. This was my prank. I booby-trapped this episode for you, but in the end, the reward is 3 baby Yodas.
Oh my god, my sons.